around safety and safeguarding themselves. But do you have a discussion with the participants about their kids and the needs that their kids may have, whether they're male or female, and ways in which, in fact, now that I'm saying this is probably another idea that I'm giving you for the program that you're going to go out and create, but working with kids, because there's empirical data that speaks to the fact that kids of the incarcerated are more likely to offend and get themselves in trouble. Have you gone down that kind of path to think about ways in which we can help the kids of the incarcerated?
Yes, I have. I've come up with
How did I know? Why am I not surprised? But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I've come up with a number of ideas. I haven't drawn out a whole proposal yet, so it's not completely thought out in terms of how I would implement it.
Right.
But I think that the main factor definitely is education and getting kids involved in something that's going to be productive and not make them want to go to these other areas that are going to get them in trouble.
Right.
And I think that for a lot of these kids, they don't really have something or someone in their life that represents something different.
Right.
And so what I was thinking of is more or less some type of mentoring system that would provide kids with an older role model who would show them what it looks like to be different than that. And the alternative lifestyle that they can have that could benefit them and not have them going in and out of jail. So.
You know, and I agree with you when you talk about mentoring, which is hugely important, particularly when you look at some of your inner city communities, and I'm not just talking about Roxbury or Mattapan. I mean, this is indicative of any community, you know, East Boston, Chinatown, Revere, Chelsea, Winthrop. Mentorship is crucially important, you know, and we do need more mentors out there. And for kids of color, we actually do need more mentors of color. You know, when you look at places like Mass Mentoring Partnership and other places, discussions that I've had with them, they talk about the fact that there's not a lot of mentors. There are some, but there are not enough mentors of color, and there are not enough males of color that are mentors, you know. And that's something that our young men need in their lives is a male figure that can help when you talk about redirection and keeping them out of trouble. So I just put that out there, as if you don't have enough on your plate already. I just put that out there for you to think about, and you might want to reach out to the Mass Mentoring Partnership and some other agencies like that, because I agree with you. Mentoring is very important. It's crucial, you know. Well, this has been very enlightening. Zakiyyah, you know, to hear that, you know, one of the things that I wanted to make sure that we did at the Sheriff's Department was to create opportunities for our workforce to also come up with really good ideas and approaches to public safety. Clearly, we have to, or we want to work with the inmate population.
Right.
But I believe, as you know, that it's also very crucially important that we empower the workforce, you know, to come up with ideas and to do the things that are needed, you know. So, you know, what's your next big, you know, world reinvention idea?
Well, I don't know yet. They kind of just come to me as I go. Usually it's something that I find that is missing in the community, and I try to address that need. I think that the most important thing is that they feel our presence and they feel that we care, because right now I don't think a lot of people understand what we do. And so I really appreciate you giving...
meaning the Sheriff's Department.
In the Sheriff's Department, yes. And I really appreciate you giving me and the other employees the opportunity to go out in the community and put our ideas to work, because that just makes us stronger. So
you know what, and in our travels going to different organizations and help agencies, you're a part of Girls Radio.
Yes.
Talk to us, tell the audience about Girls Radio and what it is and what it's built to do.
Well, Girls Radio is a radio station. It's webcasted, and it's been around maybe around 15 years. So it's still fairly new. And it's all about empowering women. So it's kind of in my blood now. And it's pretty much a radio station that tries to bring positive messages about women and put them on the air. It was a reaction to a lot of the negative music that people hear on the radio regarding women and just the blatant disrespect that was happening. So a couple of high school girls decided that no, we can't accept this. We're going to create something that shows women in a positive light. And so I was there for about 5 or 6 years as a radio personality, and I had the opportunity to interview people and empower women.
Right.
And that's been a part of me ever since.
How did you get involved with Girls Radio? How were you introduced to them?
They came to my high school, actually. They go around to different high schools telling young girls about the program. And as soon as I realized that I had the opportunity to empower women, play music on the air, and talk as much as I want.
Right. Yeah, which is a lot.
Yes.
Right.
Once I realized I could put all three of those together, it was just the perfect opportunity for me. So.
Did you have a handle? What was your radio name?
My name was DJ Lady Harmony.
Lady Harmony?
Yes.
And where did that come from, just out of
A
curiosity?
friend of mine actually came up with that name for me because she knows that I sing. So I was having trouble coming up with a name that really fits. So she was like, oh, Lady Harmony. I thought,
Yeah.
that works.
Now, how long were you affiliated with Girls Radio?
For about 5 or 6 years.
This was all while you were in high school?
While I was in high school.
Okay.
All 4 years of high school, and then after college, I went back for a summer.
Okay.
And worked with them.
Where'd you go to school, locally or out of the
Wellesley
state?
College.
Oh, Wellesley, excuse
Wellesley.
me. Oh, okay. Don't even, you know. But, you know, you've been with us for how long now?
May.
May will be,
May.
so May of 2014 will be a year.
Yes.
Okay. So in that year's time, for folks that don't know, and one of the things that we really talk about is transparency from within the Sheriff's Department and externally to the Sheriff's Department. Educate folks real quick and tell them, you know, in that year's time, you know, what you've discovered that you did not know about what the Sheriff's Department does.
Well, I think I just didn't realize how active the Sheriff's Department was. I think, like most people, that the Sheriff's Department to me was just a place where you house people. And I think that's the perception most people unfortunately have. Right. But getting the inside perspective, I see all the hands-on work that's done even within the jails and outside the jails, all the parenting classes, all the vocational programs that happen. And then all of the Common Ground Institute programs, giving inmates the opportunity to have skills that can keep them employed. And I didn't realize this was happening. I think the perception is that people get in there and that they don't really have anything to do. And so that they're not giving any opportunities to better themselves.
Right.
And that was enlightening for me.
Have you had an opportunity to talk to any of the inmate population?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. I do help put together Not Beyond Hope.
Which is what?
Which is a compilation of art and poetry that the inmates do. And so I'm hoping that when they do more of that work, I'll be able to talk to them directly about the work that they've created.
So we only have about 60 seconds left. Tell the folks at home how they can get more information about the D.A.S.H program, and if they want to be involved, what do they do?
Well, if they want to be involved in the D.A.S.H program, they can just give me a call, 617-704-6656. Or what they can do is go online and learn more about it at scsdma.org. And they just search D.A.S.H and they'll find everything that they need. I also want to encourage people to participate in the program because I do feel that it's necessary, and that I feel that women do not have to resort to a feeling of powerlessness, as I said before, that their safety is a right and not a privilege.
Gotcha.
And I think that's the most important thing that people need to realize.
I got to keep my eye on you because I want to make sure one day she may be the sheriff. Wouldn't that be something? Hey, Zakiyyah, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. Now get out of here and get back to work. I'm only kidding.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No, it was a blast. Thanks for coming on. All right, folks, look, that's it for today. We're out of here. We will be back again next week. And so until then, stay warm and stay out of trouble. Take care.